Hi guys, it's Tracy here, Four-Sided Spirit. So I thought it'd be really cool to show you some little mini decks or reduced size, smaller decks that I bought over the year that is really fun and easy to travel with and convenient, and sometimes, you know, when you have tiny hands, it's just lovely to hold a smaller deck, especially if you might want to pop a deck out on the town at a restaurant or somewhere that doesn't have a ton of spread space, and or if you're like me and you just like things in miniature. So I have 3 to show you today, and let me show you what the box is first. The first is traditional Rider Waite miniature. What's cool about this deck is it is actually vintage. I bought it on Etsy from someone. I think this deck was actually manufactured in 71. So this deck was actually produced and sold in 71, and it was in really fantastic condition. So here's the box, and I was in, what country was I in? Maybe Spain, yes, Barcelona. And I was in a little shop, and there was this adorable wooden box that I just guessed would fit the deck, and brilliantly, the deck fits as snug as a bug, but it's a little bit tall, so I have to really mush it down. But I love that it fits in this tiny little box, and it looks awesome on a shelf. The next deck is the US Games Mary Hanson Roberts. So this is just a little alternative artwork that matches the Rider Waite symbology and graphics almost identically, just with a different aesthetic. This is so tiny, you have no idea. It is the tiniest deck, as it is labeled as such, Tiny Tarot. And it's almost too tiny. Let me turn this lights back up. It's almost too tiny to work with. It's almost just novelty and fun and funny and a conversation piece than anything. And I put it in this tiny little sack, and I'll show you. It's really hard to shuffle. The last one is the Morgan Greer. I've eyed the Morgan Greer and its bright, vibrant, vintage aesthetic for a long time. And I saw this in a bookshop, and I thought it was adorable. And this isn't exactly tiny, but it is reduced. And I love it. I find that it feels fantastic to hold as far as size goes for my hands. And I don't think there's a lot of quality loss. And I've even seen the card backs for the larger size, and I really like the blue quality of the backs. It's just different. So let's do a little size comparison, because they are very different sizes. This, again, most frustrating deck to work with here, the Tiny Tarot. Need a little Alice in Wonderland action. All right, look at this tarot card. It's so ridiculous. I wonder how I can get it to focus. Will it focus? Aha! I think I have to be kind of back. This forward-facing lens is not very sensitive. Here is the Morgan Greer. It looks monstrous by comparison. And here is a mini Rider Waite. Haha. So it's kind of a Papa Bear, Mama Bear, Baby Bear situation. But I love them. I love them traveling, especially this deck, because it's still large enough to realistically use and to be able to see. I mean, the Morgan Greer works really well in a small size because of the perspective. You get such a portrait perspective of the subjects, and so you can really see everything. It doesn't really matter that you have this smaller card. It's still very easy to use. This is a nice kind of archival system to have if you're referencing the Rider Waite, but you don't want a full-size deck. This is really useful. When I was getting started, I used this deck a lot, and it's so, I mean, you can see it's kind of like buttery, accordion style, smooth. So easy to shuffle with, very pliable cards, and just feels fine to work around with, and I can do really large spreads. It's a little bit tiny if you're really going into the card in detail, but I mean, I've looked at the Rider Waite Smith deck for so long in every book that I've read, and I've just done so much staring at the cards themselves. They're starting to become kind of memorized for me, and my eyes just almost use as the reference, and then I pick up on the meanings. So it's a great little deck. I can't believe how much I nailed this size for this box. Oops. So those are my mini decks. Oh, here's your card backs. Let me show you the card backs. I'm being very disorganized. I mean, if we're going with a competition here, I would say the Morgan Greer wins. Can't go wrong with some fun stars, asymmetrical stars, right? Hanson Roberts. Little glowing orbs. Little Totten. I don't even know what accent I was going for there. I apologize. All right. I don't have much to say on the decks. I just want to show you, and I'll just link them all down below in case you are interested in looking for some miniature versions, maybe of your favorite decks, or you have tiny hands and shuffling a traditional tarot size is really tough for you, or you're a collector. This is, oh, I gotta show you guys what shuffling this tiny tarot is like. Here we go. It is so fat when you stack them together. Oh, see, disaster.com already. Already dropped half the deck. There we go again. This is kind of a system where you might need to just shake them up and pull. What did we get? Oh boy. And it's the death card, which I think is a great indicator that I should kill this video and end it. All right, guys, sending you love. I hope you're having a great week. Bye-bye.